Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time you are watching this. And welcome to the very first edition and episode of this podcast hosted by NIFES FUT Mina. My name is Bemi. I'm your host today, along with my co host
Augustine.
And we thought what better way to kickstart a podcast in NIFES FUT Mina, if not by introducing or bringing on set with us three amazing people, some of who are ESCOs in NIFES and outside of NIFES are generally amazing people. So I'll turn it over to our guests to introduce themselves. Good day, sir.
Okay, good day, lovely viewers. My name is Christopher Ede Success. I'm a student of quantity surveying in FUT Mina, Federal University of Technology Mina. I'm currently serving as Mina Subzonal President. I'm also a video editor and I'm also a YouTuber. Thank you.
Good day, viewers. My name is Praise Ayomide Oyewale, a final year chemical engineering student of FUT Mina. I'm also the assistant music director of NIFES GK campus. And also, I run a fashion brand. I'm the CEO of Palms Couture. Thank you very much.
Hi there. My name is Jeremiah John. I'm a radio host, I'm a content creator, and I'm also the president of Ignite Impact Initiative. Yeah, I'm also a 500 level biochemistry student, soon to be a biochemist. Glory to God. So that's a list about me.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So tonight we're going to be considering an amazing topic, something that we've seen that we need it generally as students. So we're considering the danger of imbalance, bringing in academics, spiritual life, and how to balance it with business also. On campus, a lot is going on, and many persons are getting it all wrong. And we know that from here, many persons are going to get clarity and actually bring the needful that they ought to.
Okay, so after introducing the topic, we're just going to go straight into it because we did not start with saying, oh, how can you balance this and this in school? We just went straight into danger of imbalance. And my first question will be for you, Sir Jeremiah. Do you think that sometimes imbalance can show up as failure? Do you think like on the outside, you just see somebody and think that, oh, this person is not organized, this person is not coordinated? Or do you think people can look very composed on the outside and then their inside life is just not balanced, especially in the campus environment?
Well, it is true. You can either judge a book by its cover, and you can also not judge a book by its cover. There's some people, when you look at them, you know immediately that they are disorganized. Probably you see them coming late often. Let's say they're always showing up late to a meeting. That's a sign of a disorganized life or a life of imbalance. And then it is also very possible that somebody might be coming early for a particular kind of meeting. Let's say the brother is always coming early to fellowship. That does not automatically mean he has a balanced life, because it is possible his academics is suffering. It is possible that even his personal relationship with the Lord is suffering. He's just coming early to the church. So you just have to, in order for you to know if somebody is really balanced or not, I think you have to really get close to the person to know.
So you're speaking on saying that, oh, a person can look very composed on the outside and they're probably not even strong spiritually. So I would ask a follow-up question. Do you think that, okay, what are some subtle signs like that you can see? Do you think that you can even see a sign? Because we already see this person as very composed, as very organized, and you say that, oh, maybe their relationship with God is lacking or like they are spiritually not sound. Do you think that there are any signs that we can pick out? Just probably not even to judge the person, probably to help this person, because you feel like, do you think that there are any signs at all that you can see physically that you would pick out and say, oh, this person is probably not spiritually stable?
To be sure I get you correctly, so you're saying somebody is composed, looks composed
on the outside.
Is there any way we will get to know if he's not really organized, or if his life is not completely balanced?
Yes.
Well, yes. Okay, since you mentioned spiritually now, even if this guy looks composed, he dresses nice and comes to fellowship on time, and then when he speaks, we know his doctrine is wrong. I can know, okay, probably this guy is not reading his Bible at home. So even though he looks well, even though he comes to church early, that's a sign. Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, thank you. Surprise. My
So,
question is to you. In your experience, from your introduction, you said you are a 500 level student. And so, from your experience from 100 level till now, what area have you actually seen that student tends to put in much effort? They are successful out there, but they are dangerously imbalanced inside. You see that outside they tends to put their whole energy into one or two, like they do everything possible. You see them outside, you think everything is fine, but in there they are dangerously imbalanced. From your experience so far, I know you've encountered so many persons, either from school, class, or whatsoever. So what can you tell us about this, sir?
okay. If I get you now, we're still speaking on the imbalance now.
Yes, sir,
Like
exactly.
there are people that are more invested in particular activities they are doing aside academics, but they have not brought a balance to it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'll just okay. uh, Let me just say this. Imbalance at times results from lack of order. Yes. Once you are not scheduling everything you are doing, it will cause imbalance. And also, like I said, I started mine in 100 level, second semester. It's not an advice though, but I started second semester. It has been rough. It has not been easy. I'll say it because at times there's academics work, there's church work also, there's also departmental work that's also demanding. But now, what I've learned to do is actually schedule all these things. That's why I'm speaking from my experience. That's what has helped me to aspire even to my 500 level. It's not that I've not made mistake. It's not that it has not affected me once in a while, but it has. But I've been able to balance it. So imbalance results from lack of order. You have to schedule your time. Sometimes some people ask me, am I coping with everything? The church, the department, and I'll tell them jokingly, I'll say, I don't used to sleep. It will sound one kind, it will sound, yeah, of course. Like uh, I know I'm aiming somewhere, so I have to put in all the works. Everybody just wants to be that successful person. Everybody you don't want to put in the work. And this there's a book. Okay, there's a book by Brian Tracy, Self
Okay.
Discipline. Advice, Power of Self Discipline. You can read. He said, what did he say? Said, doing um, the time will never be enough if you are doing everything, but the time will ever be enough if you do the most important things. There are some things that are not even necessary at times. Factory affected some of my life. It affected some of my, because I remember my early 100 level, I do go to football field, go and play ball, go and do
Wow.
this, go and do that. Go to a friend, go see a friend, go do that. But when I started this, I had to cut down on some excesses. So at times you have to look at this thing I'm doing. Is it compulsory? Okay, let's like the football field. Yeah, it's not that compulsory. Huh? Quite right, you might need it for your exercise and the rest, but it's not that compulsory. So I cut down on it. The cure to imbalance is knowing how to schedule some things. There are some things that are most top priority, and there are some things that are the base of the priority. You have to learn how to schedule it. Even our God is a God of order. He created the world in 6 days sequentially. He did not just call everything once and he appeared.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
So the, how we can solve imbalance is by scheduling everything. Like now, sorry, when I was like I don't used to sleep, not that I don't used to sleep, but as a chemical engineer, my schedule is very tight. At times we have lectures of 4 hours. I can even be at times in class. They are teaching. My mind is not there. Either I'm designing something. I'm trying to have administration on Sunday. I'm trying to hum the song in the class. But you have to call yourself back. You're what? You're in the class. That's the business for today. When it's time for work, that's the business for work. When it's time for church, I'll not call it business, but that's what you ought to be doing at that time. So you have to learn how to schedule it. And how I do it at times is that I'm already used to it.
Okay.
If you are already in this system as a
You
fashion
get used
designer,
to it.
you will get used to it. And
Alright.
it's because of people that have learned from the ahead of me. Yeah, I have a boss that during his school days, himself, where he was living in that state and he had a shop in that state to go to school, come back, so take it to school. So all those things made me see possibilities. Quite right, there are days I've broken down.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely
They
you
will
break
call.
down, but
Yeah.
I discovered you have to schedule your time and everything. The white people say what is 50% written or what is written down is 15%. So
Dope. Yeah.
I'm not like it has affected my spiritual life a lot at times. Some time ago because if I just wake, all I'm thinking is just to jump on the sewing machine now. So no, no,
Wow.
no. Then I discovered that, bro, all these things you are doing to what end? If the blessings of God is not upon it, if the intentionality of being a believer is not
On
upon
this
it,
thing you
it's
are
waste.
doing.
So at times there's never enough time, but sometimes I just create out time. You can just use 15 minutes to just once you wake up, read your Bible, worship. It's not that's what work for me. There are people that do 1 hour, there are people that do 2 hours. But I'm not saying I don't pray lengthy times, but at times I can be coming to school, you can be listening to believers music, gospel music, you're still in the work of faith, you're listening to sermons and the rest. So that's what I'll say. So imbalance results as a lack of order. If you want to cure imbalance as a student, you have to have order. You have to have schedule tax what do they call it? Is it tax managers or what they call it? So for
Yeah.
students that is affecting them a little, all our advice is learn how to schedule your day.
Okay.
Learn how to schedule your day before the evening before the next day. Schedule it. This is
You
what I
get
want to
everything
do.
written out.
The things that are not necessary, cut it off. That Yahoo that is not necessary, that you just want to go and sit down somewhere, cut it off. So that's the best I can answer.
All right. Thank you so much. So if we get you well, you said discipline, time management, and also we should take a good look into what we are doing to actually set our priorities. That's how we can balance all of this. So from your experience, you said this has actually worked for you over the time. So just imagine someone like a student now, he's trying to balance between both academics, his spiritual life, and probably he's having a skill and he wants to actually develop on campus, because many persons they have this ideology that is on campus you can build whatever you want to build, that once you go out there you can't actually have enough time to do all of this. And this person, he wants to build his spiritual life on campus, he wants to build this business like this key, he wants to develop this on campus, and then he's still having other little things,
academically.
he get other little things that he wants to do same on campus. So how would you advise this kind of person? This person wants to actually balance all of this at the same time. So how will you advise this person, or what way do you think this person can go that it will be better?
All right. Like I said, every successful person you see today or you're aspiring to be today, they put in a lot of work. If you ask all of us now, how many of you want to be successful? You raise up your hand. How many of you want to be a billionaire? You raise up your hand.
Yeah.
But are you ready to sleep in your company overnight? Are you ready to do the deliveries by yourself when your workers are not around? Are you ready to take some kind decisions that it will not affect your pocket? That's the same thing likewise as a student. You have to schedule this thing. This thing has helped me because I know definitely if I leave this school, I can sustain any pressure.
Yeah.
I can say it, I can sustain any pressure. Because sometimes if I look at this, I'll be like, wow, why am I doing this? I remember I had a test that day. Very hot test. You know that kind of test that your face will just drop like, oh boy, oh boy. And when I was done, I jet into town to go and do what I wanted to. And I came back. Because what? It's already used to me. You have to build it. You have to build it. And I also suggest a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a movie, Lagos to Gomorrah. Yeah. I would advise any student to watch it. It's a Christian-based movie. Yeah. This guy too, he was like, how can I handle all this thing? It was like, it's just also I came to Lagos to us, but
A lot of
he
things
discovered that his spiritual life was lacking, and that's not very good. But he was very at the end, he was able to balance it with the aid of mentors, with the aid of spiritual father, and with the aid of knowing how to assign taxes. The ones that are important, you be your top priority. And again, most taxes that are very difficult, on my own perspective, it's good to do it earlier at the day. That is when your strength is peak. That is when your strength is top notch, right? So for the student now that doesn't know how to balance it, I'll say find what works for you and learn to schedule your time. Yeah, sometimes you can be pressing. I just remember something when I started in school, and Pressy Gregory was like, "How would you be reading?" I said, "The time I used to press my phone or play game, I'll use it to work." That's it. That's what worked for me. So instead of just scrolling endlessly on Instagram, I'm not doing anything. I rather use it for work. So it can be you as a student. It's not that there's no time, but that 3 hours is COD. Call of Duty is games and the rest. You can just channel that time. You can even cut it to 1 hour. Yeah, I'm not saying you should not play game. All work. Me too. I rest. There are sometimes I'll burn out. I have to abandon and just oh boy, oh
do what you
boy.
want to
Now
do,
they are
calm
alive,
down.
they make money. You understand? So the student know what works for you in terms of spiritual life. like I said, it has not been easy because yeah, you want to pray for 90 hours, but because of the schedule of the day, you wake up, you go to class. That's why I advise you can start your day as early as 5 a.m. Do whatever devotion you want to do. Read that Bible, listen to that song. Even while going to the school gate or going to class before lecture start, you can be listening to faith-based message. You're also spiritually inclining yourselves, right?
Yeah, for the day.
Yeah, for the day. It's not until you say, God, I'm not going to class today, I want to be with you. No. What brought
Alone
you
with
today?
God.
What
Hello,
brought you to school?
Alone with God.
What brought you to school? The first thing that brought you to school, what is academics?
Academics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also secondary spirit. But yeah, we cannot override each one against other. The Lord sent you here for a purpose also, but
Exactly.
learn to also schedule it. If yours is 15 minutes praise and worship, 15 minutes prayer, like I say, from that 5 a.m., if pray 15 minutes with intentionality, at times the long hours too, it has to be with intentionality. You can also pray with 15 minutes too, and it's with intentionality. God, I commit my day to you. I want to know you more. I want to know. And whilst you are walking to the gate or coming from the hostel, you are listening to music that will keep you burning for the day. And when you get to class, you do the business of the class. It's not when you get to class that is when you are talking to. So no. You are in class. At times it was came to a time I just had to put my phone in my bag because guy, you want to take orders, eh? No money. You see this money
Wow.
of it.
Wow.
So, but you just be like, guy, you're in class. Let's do the business of the class when it's time to. So, our advice as a student, learn how to balance it.
Wow.
Learn
Wow.
how to balance. You will
Learn how to
definitely know
balance.
because if you don't learn how to balance it, one will suffer. Yeah, yeah. I've also had my experiences that academic neglect. It happened to me. I think 300 level that I had to suffer for it, but I've learned now. At times, in your free leisure, also go for tutorials because it's not everything you get right in the
In
class.
the
So
class.
tutorials also help you to augment for it. Also, coming to fellowship will also help you to augment for your spiritual life because gathering of brethren, you
Yeah,
pray two
fellowshipping
to
with
3 hours.
brethren.
So don't worry, you know how to balance
All
it.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I mean, from everything you've learned is that you should prioritize and you should understand what's important in the moment, right? And spiritually, you should never lose touch with spiritual side so that it is not lacking. So let's go back a bit to the hustle part of it, the hustle culture. So, success for you in the campus environment. We know that hustle culture is very, very glorified. Like everybody is we need to chase the bag, we need to lock in, we need to make this money. How do you
Okay.
how do you handle how do you avoid comparing your journey with other people, or like how do you stop yourself from overloading or pressure?
Wow, that's a very good question. Yes, it's quite true. On campus, let's do forex, let's do crypto, one or two updates like that.
In this
It's
possible.
oh, everybody's programming, let's program. Everybody's coding, let's
You want to do
code.
everything.
You want to, and you can just be jumping from here to here. Guy, you see that guy in the code, they make millions every month, and you're like, wow. So me too, like this. Once I become a programmer, I'll be able
You
to
can
be
get it
making
done
millions.
immediately.
And you fail to recognize that more before that guy started making that millions, he had taken like 3-4 years to groom himself before he got to where he is. So for me personally, my journey in school in terms of hustle, um, I needed to find my own path for myself because one thing I do know is that as a believer, we don't follow trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't interested in following the trend that, oh, this is what is happening, so let's do it. I, from the onset, I knew that, okay, I wanted to have a digital skill. So how am I going to go about it? So what I did from a 100 level, God connected me with someone. So what I did in 100 level is quite different from what I'm doing now. So it's short term, but long story short, in my 300 level, so I started praying. No, was it in 300 level? Yes, in 2024. That's 2023 going to 2024. I started praying like, what should I do? What should I do this year? What should I do this year? And the Lord said I should. I think that year, the Lord said I should go into crypto. I was like, crypto, okay, interesting. So shortly after, one of my classmates just added me to a crypto. I was like, okay. So long story short, you know all the old things that happened in 2024 now. Let me not mention it. But actually, with all of the ups and downs, that's the money I made from crypto was able to sustain me throughout 2024, even down to 2025.
Wow.
Yes. So I was actually led. I started crypto before the whole fuzz of crypto, everybody started to tap and click. Yeah, so that was it. 2025, I was like, God, crypto don't end. What am I really going to
What
do
next?
that will really sustain, that I can use to sustain well, right? I started praying about it. Because, like you said, I don't want to move with the force that, everybody's doing something. That should be the reason why I should do it, right? Because as believers, we know that everything we are doing, we are meant to impute excellence in it.
Exactly.
So I don't want to start something that I know I won't be able to put in my best. I won't have the passion to go all out. And I know giving up was not an option, right? We don't give up. Like Jesus will say, I speak a parable to them to this end that men ought always to pray
pray
and not faint. If you look at the story of that woman, she kept on pressing. She was dogged with what she wanted to do. So I wanted to be sure that I have the word of God. Once I had the word of God, then I go all out. So I started praying 2025. Yes, 2025. I started praying. Then I didn't get anything initially in January. Then I think that was when in NIFES we did freshers video, welcome to campus video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like play.